We condemn ongoing rocket attacks by Hamas and other terrorist groups, including against Jerusalem.
Your morning news now. The White House is speaking out as violence between Israel and Gaza continues to escalate. Tensions began to rise last month when Palestinians were angered by Israeli limits on gatherings for Ramadan. Clashes began at a mosque in Jerusalem that is a sacred site for both Jews and Muslims. Conflicting claims over East Jerusalem is one of the major unresolved issues in the long conflict between Israel and Palestine. Despite promises to restore the Colonial Pipeline's operation by the end of the week, many drivers are in a rush to buy fuel. Officials say long lines and panic buying are only adding to issues at gas stations around the nation. The surge of gas purchases began after a ransomware attack targeted Colonial Pipeline on Friday, forcing them to shut down. The 5,500-mile pipeline supplies 40% of the East Coast fuel, and shortages are already being reported in at least 7 states.
Temperatures across the board as you head out the door are chilly. Most of our communities between the mid to upper 30s this morning, some still in the 20s and some rising to the 40s. Now, we are still under a frost and freeze warning. This should expire at 8 o'clock this morning once the sun starts to come up and helps warm things up.
Millions of Americans have been misled by the former president.
A vote is scheduled today among House Republicans to decide whether Wyoming Representative Liz Cheney will remain on her conference chair position. Cheney is an ongoing critic of former President Donald Trump and was one of only 10 GOP members to vote for impeaching Trump for his role in the January 6th Capitol riots. The vote to remove Cheney is expected to happen by secret ballot this morning at the closed-door Republican Party meeting. Despite surviving a similar vote in February, there is more support against her today. Wisconsin's own Andrea Palm will serve as the National Deputy Secretary of Health and Human Services thanks to a Senate vote. Members confirmed Palm in a 61-37 vote on Tuesday. Wisconsin senators were split on the confirmation, with Democrat Tammy Baldwin voting in favor of Palm, while Republican Ron Johnson voted against her. Palm previously served as Wisconsin's Department of Health Services Secretary. Wisconsin's Assembly approves a proposal that would require the national anthem to be played before all sporting events held at venues receiving any public funding. It would apply at all levels of athletic events, from Bar League softball games to the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. The bill now heads to the state Senate. A special opportunity will help 3 local families on their journey to home ownership. Habitat for Humanity La Crosse area is accepting applications for the Habitat Home Ownership Program, providing affordable housing for families. Low-income families are encouraged to apply, but must be willing to work alongside Habitat staff and volunteers to build the home. Applications must be submitted by June 8th. The Franciscan Sisters of Perpetual Adoration awarded the Family and Children's Center in La Crosse a grant of $1.1 million over the next 3 years. A majority of the money will be designated for an endowment which funds the Family and Children's Center's child abuse and neglect prevention programs. The rest will help cover monthly operating costs for 3 years, including helping recruit and retain staff.
Today is the perfect day to go ahead and layer. You're going to want to start with a jacket this morning, 47 degrees by 8 o'clock. We do quickly warm up, so you'll lose that jacket later this afternoon around lunchtime. We will heat up to a high today of 67. Lots of sunshine today, warmer temperatures, but we will start to cool back down later tonight.
We want to thank you for sharing your Wednesday morning with us. Hope you have a great day. We're going to send you now to CBS This Morning, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.